So, as we're talking about money, where do you think the money comes from? Who's paying?
Like, how are they like gaining money?
Well,
F1 in general.
Yeah.
yeah, like where do you think
Okay, so obviously there's ticket sales, and then there's like merch.
Does like Sky Sports have to do with it too, or
Yeah, so they have to pay for broadcasting rights
Uh-huh.
from Formula One.
because like we pay, or well actually, because we use the F1 app, right?
Yeah, so
That's
it's going directly to
the
them. But
F1.
if you buy ESPN or something,
Uh-huh. That goes to ESPN, but then ESPN
it
has
has to pay Sky Sports, who Sky Sports pays Formula One.
Okay, so that
Okay, so they make money through that. Okay, obviously ticket sales, merch.
through us through the app.
Yeah, us,
Okay.
you know that, and then there's also like big sponsors of each of the track, right?
Uh-huh.
Now,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
now what sponsors do you usually see?
Car company sponsors.
Like what?
Citrix? I don't know.
Yeah, so a lot
I
of
use
these
Citrix.
brands,
Toyo tires.
like there's a lot of brands that I've seen on there, like I'm sure we've never heard of or we just don't use. Like what's it called? Philip Morris. I think they give Ferrari like 50 million, a large.
lot of money.
So there's a company called Philip Morris that gives Ferrari a shit ton of money every year. What do you think they make?
What the tobacco?
They make cigarettes.
Yeah.
They all the big cigarettes that you see people smoking. They probably make them. Philip Morris also pays McLaren a bunch of sponsorship to put the views shit on their car. All the like, the better tomorrow, whatever it is. that's those are tobacco companies.
Hey, money's money.
And then there's a lot of like Saudi Arabian, not Saudi Arabian, but Middle
They
Eastern.
got Chrome, McLaren.
Oh, they got chrome
Yeah.
on their wheels.
Then there's
That's
also
cool.
like Bahrain,
Mhm.
Abu
Oh,
Dhabi,
the tracks,
Jeddah.
right?
They're all owned or they're all in the Middle East, and they're all paid by big oil companies to
Oil
one have a
princes.
race, and particularly to have races at important parts of the season. If you notice, you don't really see those tracks in the middle of the year. Well, one, because it's probably really hot,
Mhm.
and two, because they're paying for either to be the first race or to be the last race.
Mm.
That's why Abu Dhabi is always the last one, because they're paying to be the last race.
So you
That-
think the races near the end are like more expensive than?
No, so usually like, you can either come to North America in like, or like Mexico, Texas. You could either go at the beginning of the year, or you go towards the end, because in the middle it just gets too hot. And that's probably part of the reason why they don't go to Bahrain or Abu Dhabi in the middle of the year. It just gets too hot. So they have to organize it in a certain way. Like most of the European races are in the middle of the season because it's not too hot, and they're just in that like right zone.
Mhm.
Like I'm sure if F1 had a race they have a race in Canada, and that one's in the middle of summer in June because it's not too hot. And I bet you if they had a race in Northern California or Northern United States, you can run that in the middle of the summer, and it wouldn't be too bad. But that's also part of the reason why they take a summer break for a couple weeks, is because there's one, they need a break, and in August that's probably when it gets the hottest.
Mm.
So
And the break's usually what, like
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
So yeah, about like a month. But so yeah, do you guys care where the money's coming from? Because they have all this like, we're gonna be eco-friendly, but a lot of the money that the teams are paid are from oil companies or tobacco companies.
That's true. Damn.
So they talk about like better tomorrow, but people like Philip Morris has clearly been caught like selling tobacco in poor minority communities for the purposes of trying to get them sick. This is like this. I mean, you know, now we're getting kind of more in conspiracy theories, but the point being is that a lot of the money that's backing these teams can be called dirty money. But do you care about that?
Red Bull gives you
I
wings.
mean, kind of, because we're in a sense like supporting them too, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, by
because we're
watching.
paying F1, yeah, watching too. So we see all these things, and we're just
Man,
like,
that's not like we smoke.
I will say they make some fire ass deliveries though.
Wait, what? They make
Like,
what?
okay, so you know the blue that's on the Renault?
Yeah.
Renault's color is not blue. Their color is yellow. It's
Mhm.
always been yellow. But
Black
that
and
blue comes from Mild 7, which is the tobacco company.
The
The blue and yellow.
2000
The early 2000s.
shit. It's like one of my favorite ones too.
You know, like the Jordan, the all yellow one that I was showing
Yeah.
you? That's a tobacco company. Do you know why Ferrari has white on their cars?
The
Because of
tob-
Marlboro's
yeah.
tobacco companies. One of the most famous
Look at you supporting smoking.
Bro.
that Rocket Red. That's so remember that McLaren with the chrome that you guys like?
Yeah.
That Rocket Red comes from the tobacco companies in the early days of sponsorship. It's called Rocket Red.
Nice going, Jonas.
That was you. You're the Ferrari lover.
So I mean, but like, does it like to be honest? I don't think it's working because a lot of people don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Now,
That too.
you know, you could say vape is more of a problem now,
Vape's
but
getting banned though.
like, do you think it should matter, or like this is pure F1 is just it literally is just wasting money for people's enjoyment. Like it's a rich people sport. Like there's no denying that. So do you guys care that like where the money's coming from?
I mean, if you got 50 million to advertise cigarettes, would you advertise cigarettes?
If I had $50 million, bro, I would be in Formula One.
Exactly. So you know, see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean that goes down to like even in the 80s. So IMSA is the sports car series that they're like the FIA but in the United States. There's different companies that also do that as well, but for them particular is prototypes and sports car racing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like you'll see like you'll see remember the race though, it was like the NSXs and like
Oh, the 24-hour one?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's them. In the 80s, I forgot what it stands for. Oh, shit. I'll have to look it up. Shit.
Can I steal some of your water?
Go ahead.
Water. So IMSA stands for International Motorsports Association.
Mm-hmm.
In the 80s, people called it the International Marijuana Smugglers Association. Because there were multiple teams caught red-handed smuggling marijuana. So there's a famous story of these two brothers that were in racing. They were in IMSA in IndyCar, and they were pretty good. But they bought out a whole like racetrack, particularly one that has a really long straight. And there's rumors that at night planes would land on that long straight. They would load them up with materials or unload them, and then they would fly away. And no one knows where these planes came from. And the theory is that they were full of weed and they're bringing it into the United States. They ended up getting caught, but I mean, it's some.
Bro, what the GTA heist is happening?
So, but I guess the final point I'm trying to say, like, I don't think it matters. I mean, I know it's like maybe it's probably bad for the environment, but you know,
Hey,
cars
money's
go
money.
fast.
Cars go fast.
They go
Vroom.
Yeah, sweet.